In part 1, Jin-woo saved Angela from death, made her his prisoner, and they fell in love. She got pregnant. Then his dead wife appeared alive. Now someone's about to make a choice that destroys everything. Someone's going to sacrifice, someone's going to betray, and someone won't make it to part 3. This is part 2, and nothing will ever be the same. New here, you just walked into the middle of the most twisted love story on YouTube. Part 1, link is below. You'll be lost without it. Start there first. Angela stood in Jin-woo's hospital room, hand on her still flat stomach where their baby grew, and watched the man she loved stare at a video of his dead wife who wasn't dead anymore. The choice he had to make would destroy one of them. She just didn't know it would be her. 2 weeks. That's how long Jin-woo had been awake. 2 weeks of physical therapy, of his body healing from the bullet that had nearly killed him. 2 weeks of Angela sleeping in a chair beside his bed, holding his hand, whispering about their baby, about their future. 2 weeks of pretending that video didn't exist. But it did, and tonight it was all Jin-woo could think about. Angela watched him from the doorway of his private room, her heart breaking with every replay. He'd watched it 17 times today, she'd counted. Hye-jin's face filled the screen, thin, pale, alive. "Hello, Jin-woo. I'm sorry. They told me you were dead. They told me you'd abandoned me, but I never stopped loving you. Please, if you're seeing this, please come find me. Please don't leave me here, please." The video ended. Jin-woo's hand trembled as he set the phone down. "How long have you been standing there?" His voice was rough, hollow, long enough. Angela entered the room, closed the door behind her. "Jin-woo, we need to talk about this." "There's nothing to talk about. Your wife is alive." The words tasted like ash. "That's not nothing." He finally looked at her, and the devastation in his eyes made her want to cry. "My wife died 5 years ago, Angela. That woman in the video, I don't know who she is anymore. You love her." It wasn't a question. I loved who she was. Jin-woo stood slowly, still favouring his injured side, past tense. "Angela, you have to understand." "I do understand." Angela's hand moved to her stomach instinctively. "I understand that the woman you mourned for 5 years is alive and being held by your psychotic stepsister. I understand that Soo-min is using her as leverage to get to me, and I understand." Her voice cracked. "I understand that you have to choose. There is no choice." He crossed to her in 3 strides, cupped her face. "You're carrying my child. You're my future. Hye-jin is the woman you were going to spend your life with before cancer stole her." Tears burned Angela's eyes. "The woman you married. The woman whose name you still say in your sleep sometimes." Jin-woo's expression crumbled. "I say your name more. That doesn't make this easier." Angela pulled away from his touch, because if she didn't, she'd break completely. "Soo-min gave you 48 hours. That was 2 weeks ago. She's going to call again, and when she does, you'll have to decide. Save me and let your wife die, or save her and—" She couldn't finish the sentence. "I will find a way to save you both." "How?" Angela's voice rose. "You can barely walk without wincing. Your lung isn't fully healed. Your men are stretched thin, trying to track Soo-min's location, and every day we wait. Every day you don't choose. Soo-min gets stronger. Then what do you want me to do?" Jin-woo's control finally cracked. "Tell me, Angela. What would you have me do? Trade you for her? Watch Soo-min torture and kill the woman carrying my child while I save the wife I buried 5 years ago? I want you to stop pretending this isn't tearing you apart." Angela's hands shook. "I see it in your eyes every time you look at me. The guilt, the confusion. You love me. But you loved her first. And now she's alive and I'm—" Her voice broke. I'm the other woman in a marriage that never actually ended. The words hung between them like a knife. Jin-woo moved toward her, but Angela backed away. Don't. Please don't touch me right now, because if you do, I'll forget that the right thing, the good thing, would be to let you save her. Angela! She's innocent in this. I'm the one Soo-min really wants. My research, my testimony. Angela's voice steadied even as tears streamed down her face. Hye-jin is just collateral damage in a war between me and your stepsister, so maybe the answer is simple. Jin-woo's eyes widened. Don't. Maybe I turn myself in. Maybe I trade myself for her and you get your wife back, and absolutely not. Jin-woo closed the distance, grabbed her shoulders. You're not sacrificing yourself. I won't allow it. You don't get to decide what I do with my life. The hell I don't. His grip tightened. You're mine, Angela. You and that baby are mine, and I will burn this entire city to the ground before I let Soo-min take you from me. Even if it means your wife dies. The question was a detonation. Jin-woo's hands dropped from her shoulders. He stepped back, running a hand through his hair, and for the first time since she'd met him, Angela saw him completely lost. I don't know, he whispered. God help me, Angela. I don't know. The confession broke something in her, because at least it was honest, at least it was real. Then figure it out. Angela moved toward the door, because Soo-min is going to call, and when she does, you're going to have to choose. So decide. Jin-woo, decide who you love more. Decide who lives and who dies. Because I can't. Her voice shattered. I can't keep pretending I'm enough when part of you is still mourning a ghost who isn't dead anymore. She left before he could respond. Left before she broke completely, left before she could see the way Jin-woo sank to his knees, phone clutched in his hand, staring at Hye-jin's frozen face on the screen. Angela made it 3 hallways before the sobs took her. She pressed her back against the wall, slid down to the floor, and cried until her throat was raw. A hand appeared in her vision, holding a tissue. She looked up. Kang stood there, expression carefully neutral. Boss sent me to watch you, he said quietly. Make sure you're safe. I'm fine. You're crying on the floor of a hospital hallway. That's not fine, Dr. Okafor. Kang sat down beside her, surprising her. For what it's worth, Boss loves you. I've known him 15 years. Never seen him look at anyone the way he looks at you. Not even... He stopped himself. Not even his wife. Angela finished bitterly. Kang was quiet for a moment. Then, Hye-jin was his duty, his arranged match, his father's choice. He looked at Angela. You're his choice. There's a difference. He loved her. He loves you more. Kang stood, offered his hand. Come on. You need rest. The baby needs rest. Angela let him pull her up. Does everyone know I'm pregnant? Boss told his inner circle. We're family. We protect family. Kang's expression softened slightly. That includes you and the little one. They walked in silence back toward Angela's room, the one she'd been staying in since Jin-woo woke up. As they rounded the corner, Kang's phone buzzed. He checked it, and his entire body went rigid. What? Angela asked. What is it? Kang showed her the screen. A text message from an unknown number, a photo attached. Hye-jin, in what looked like a basement, chained to a wall, bruised, bleeding, and below the photo, a message. Time's up. He chooses now, or I start sending pieces. You have 1 hour. Coordinates attached. Come alone or she dies screaming. Angela's blood turned to ice. We need to tell Jin-woo. No. Kang's voice was sharp. He grabbed her arm. Dr. Okafor, listen to me very carefully. If Boss sees this, he'll go. Alone, injured, and Soo-min will kill him. Then What do we do? Kang's eyes met hers. You tell me, because that message, it wasn't sent to boss. It was sent to me, which means Soo-min knows boss has a weakness. He paused. And that weakness is you. The realization hit like a physical blow. Soo-min wasn't giving Jin-woo a choice. She was giving Angela one. Save Hye-jin and risk Jin-woo's wrath, or let her die and live with the guilt forever. Angela's hand moved to her stomach, to the life growing there. The baby who deserved a father who wasn't destroyed by impossible choices. Where are the coordinates? Angela's voice was steady, calm, decided. Kang's eyes widened. Dr. Okafor, you can't be serious. I'm going. Angela's jaw set. I'm going to get his wife back, and then he can make his choice without blood on his hands. He'll never forgive you for this. Better than him never forgiving himself. Angela held out her hand. Give me the coordinates, Kang, or I'll find another way. Kang stared at her for a long moment. Then, slowly, he forwarded the message. I'm coming with you, he said. No, you're staying here. If something goes wrong, Angela's voice caught. If I don't come back, Jin-woo needs someone he trusts, someone who'll protect our baby if... Don't talk like that. Promise me. Angela grabbed his arm. Promise me you'll protect them, both of them. Kang's jaw tightened. Then he nodded. I promise. Good. Angela turned toward the exit. Tell Jin-woo I went for a walk, that I needed air. Give me 2 hours before you tell him the truth. 2 hours isn't enough time. It'll have to be. Angela walked away, each step feeling like a betrayal and a salvation all at once. She was done being the damsel, done being the victim, done waiting for men to decide her fate. If Jin-woo couldn't choose, she'd choose for him. She'd save his wife. And then she'd disappear. Because loving him meant setting him free, even if it destroyed her. The coordinates led to an abandoned pharmaceutical factory on the outskirts of Seoul. Of course it did. Soo-min had a flair for the dramatic. Angela stood outside the rusted gates, staring at the building that looked like it had been dead for decades. Broken windows, graffiti-covered walls, the kind of place where screams went unheard. Her hand moved to her stomach. I'm sorry, baby, she whispered. Mama's about to do something really stupid. Her phone buzzed. A text from Kang. Boss is asking about you. I can't hold him off much longer. Angela typed back. Don't. Tell him where I am, but give me 30 minutes first. She didn't wait for his response, just pocketed the phone and walked through the gates. Is anyone else's heart racing right now? Angela just walked into a death trap to save Jin-woo's wife. If you're on the edge of your seat, hit like, subscribe, and keep watching. This gets so much crazier. The factory floor was exactly as she'd imagined. Concrete, rust, decay. And in the centre, illuminated by a single work light, a chair. Hye-jin sat in it, wrists bound, head hanging forward. She looked worse than the photo, thinner, bruised, like she'd been living in hell. Because she had been. Hye-jin. Angela's voice echoed through the empty space. The woman's head lifted slowly. Even, beaten and broken, she was beautiful. Delicate features, dark eyes that had probably once sparkled with life. Now they just looked haunted. Who are you? Hye-jin's voice was raspy, weak. I'm Angela. How did you introduce yourself to your lover's supposedly dead wife? I'm here to get you out. Hye-jin's eyes widened slightly. You're the doctor. The one with the research. The one Jin-woo... She stopped. The one he saved. Yes. He talks about you. Hye-jin's smile was sad. In the videos she makes him record. She makes him beg for my life while she tells him about you, about how you're ruining everything. Angela's stomach churned. Soo-min made him record videos. Every week for 5 years. Hye-jin's tears fell silently. She'd show me how he'd moved on, how he'd forgotten me, her voice broke, how he fell in love with someone else. I'm sorry. The words felt inadequate. I didn't know you existed. He thought you were dead. We both did. I know. Hye-jin looked at Angela with something like understanding. I can see it in your eyes. You love him. It wasn't a question. Yes, Angela whispered. Does he love you? The question hung between them like a blade. I think so, Angela said carefully. But it doesn't matter. You're his wife. You're the woman he chose first, and I... She moved toward Hye-jin, started working on the ropes. I'm just the complication that needs to disappear. You're pregnant. Angela's hands froze. How did you... I can see it. The way you touch your stomach. The protective instinct. Hye-jin's smile was gentle. I wanted children with him. Before the cancer. Before all this. Her eyes filled with fresh tears. Does he know? Yes. Good. He'll be a wonderful father. Hye-jin's voice was wistful. Better than his own father ever was. The ropes came loose. Angela helped Hye-jin stand, but the woman's legs gave out immediately. Angela caught her, supported her weight. Can you walk? I haven't walked in 6 months. She kept me chained. Hye-jin leaned heavily on Angela. Why did you come alone? Why didn't Jin-woo? Because he would have chosen you. Angela's voice was steady, and that choice would have destroyed him. So I'm choosing for him. I'm getting you out. I'm taking you back to him, and then... She swallowed hard. Then I'm leaving. You can't. Hye-jin grabbed Angela's arm with surprising strength. You can't leave him. Not now. Not when... How touching. The voice came from the shadows. Soo-min stepped into the light, flanked by 4 armed men. She looked immaculate as always. Expensive suit, perfect hair, the kind of beauty that hid something rotten underneath. Dr. Okafor, you came alone. How noble. Soo-min's smile was venomous. And how stupid. Angela positioned herself in front of Hye-jin. You got what you wanted. I'm here. Let her go. Let her go. Soo-min laughed. Oh, darling. You misunderstood. I don't want to trade. I want you both dead. 2 birds, 1 incredibly satisfying stone. Then why the elaborate setup? Why not just kill her weeks ago? Because where's the fun in that? Soo-min circled them like a predator. I wanted Jin-woo to suffer, to choose, to break. She stopped in front of Angela. But you ruined it. You came here playing hero, trying to save the day. Her hand shot out, grabbed Angela's face. Do you know what that baby inside you represents? The final insult. My brother, my empire, moving forward without me, building a family, a legacy, everything that should have been mine. Angela jerked away from her grip. You're insane. I'm practical. Soo-min pulled out a gun. And practically speaking, you're both liabilities I can't afford. She aimed the weapon at Hye-jin. Angela moved without thinking, threw herself in front of Jin-woo's wife, just as Soo-min pulled the trigger. The gunshot was deafening. Pain exploded through Angela's shoulder. She gasped, stumbled, but didn't fall. Adrenaline kept her upright. Adrenaline and pure, stubborn will. You shot me. Angela's voice was distant, shocked. You actually shot me. I'll do worse. Soo-min aimed again. I'll put the next one through your stomach. Make you watch your baby die before you do. Enough! The roar came from the entrance. Jin-woo stood there, weapon raised, eyes blazing with fury Angela had never seen before. Behind him, Kang and a team of armed men poured into the factory. You're surrounded, Soo-min. Jin-woo's voice was death itself. Drop the weapon. Soo-min smiled. Hello, brother. Right on time. She pressed her gun to Angela's temple. Drop yours first, or I paint the walls with your girlfriend's brain. Jin-woo's eyes met Angela's across the distance. She saw everything in that look. Love, fury, desperation. It's okay, Angela mouthed. Save her. His expression crumbled. Touching. Soo-min's grip tightened on Angela. But I'm bored now. Time to end this little drama. Wait. Hye-jin's weak voice cut through the tension. Wait. I'll trade. Everyone turned to stare at her. What? Soo-min's smile faltered. Me for her. Hye-jin stepped forward, using every ounce of strength she had left. Let Angela go. Take me instead. Kill me if you want, but let the pregnant woman live, please. Hye-jin, no. Jin-woo started. I'm dying anyway. Hye-jin's voice was calm, accepting. The poison you've been feeding me for 5 years. It's worked. I have maybe 6 months left. Less if I'm lucky. She looked at Jin-woo, and her smile was heartbreakingly gentle. Let me do this one good thing. Let me save the woman you love. Let me save your child. Jin-woo's weapon trembled. Hye-jin, I never stopped loving you, Jin-woo. Tears streamed down her face. But love means letting go, and Hye-jin looked at Angela. She's your future. I'm just a ghost who should have stayed dead. How poetic. Soo-min's voice dripped with mockery. Fine. A trade. The dying wife for the pregnant mistress. She shoved Angela forward. Angela stumbled toward Jin-woo. He caught her immediately, his hands running over her, checking her wounds. You're shot. I'm okay. Angela grabbed his shirt. Don't let her take Hye-jin. Please, don't. But it was too late. Soo-min's men had already grabbed Hye-jin, were dragging her toward a back exit. No! Jin-woo raised his weapon, but Soo-min was faster. She grabbed Hye-jin, used her as a human shield. Shoot me, and you hit her. Can you live with killing your wife twice, brother? Jin-woo's finger trembled on the trigger. Hye-jin looked at him one last time. I forgive you, she whispered. For everything. For moving on. For loving her. I forgive you. Her eyes moved to Angela. Take care of him, and tell your baby. Her voice broke. Tell your baby about me. Tell them their father was loved by 2 women, and that's a gift. Then Soo-min yanked her through the door. Gone. Jin-woo roared, started to chase, but Kang grabbed him. Boss, Angela's bleeding. We need to get her to a hospital, now. Jin-woo looked down. Angela's shoulder was soaked with blood. Her face was pale, shock setting in. I'm sorry, Angela whispered. I'm so sorry. I tried to save her. I tried. Shut up. Jin-woo scooped her into his arms. Just shut up and stay awake. Stay with me. Don't you dare die on me now. As they rushed toward the exit, Angela's vision started to blur. But before darkness took her, she heard it, an explosion. Behind them, where Soo-min had taken Hye-jin, the factory shook. Fire erupted from the back section. Jin-woo stumbled, held Angela tighter, kept running, and Angela understood. Soo-min had never planned to keep Hye-jin alive. She'd planned to destroy them all. Angela's last thought before unconsciousness claimed her. Hye-jin knew. She knew it was a trap, and she walked into it anyway, not to die. To save them. Angela woke in a hospital bed 3 hours later. Jin-woo sat beside her, head in his hands. When he heard her stir, he looked up. His eyes were red, devastated. Hye-jin! Angela's voice came out raspy. Jin-woo's jaw tightened. Dead. The explosion. They found her body. Soo-min escaped, but Hye-jin... His voice broke. She's really gone this time. I'm sorry. Angela reached for his hand. I'm so sorry. I thought I could save her. I thought. You almost died. His grip on her hand was crushing. You and our baby almost died because you went after her alone. Because you... Anger flashed in his eyes. What the hell were you thinking? I was thinking you'd spent 5 years mourning her. Angela's voice rose despite the pain. I was thinking that if I could bring her back, you could have the closure you deserved. I was thinking... Tears spilled over. I was thinking that loving you meant setting you free. Jin-woo stared at her. You're an idiot." "Excuse me, an idiot." He stood, paced. A beautiful, selfless, stupid idiot who almost got herself killed trying to play hero. He spun back to face her. "Hye-jin is dead, Angela. Really dead this time. And you know what my first thought was when they pulled her body from the rubble?" Angela shook her head. "Thank God it wasn't you." His voice cracked. "Thank God you were alive. Thank God our baby was safe. And then I hated myself for thinking it, for being relieved that my wife was dead if it meant you were alive. Jin-woo, no." He moved to her bedside, grabbed her face gently. "Listen to me. I loved Hye-jin. I mourned her. But you? You're not my second choice, Angela. You're not my consolation prize." His forehead pressed against hers. "You're the woman who made me want to live again, who made me believe I could be more than the monster my father created, who gave me a reason to build something beautiful instead of just burning everything down. But she died because of me. She died because of Soo-min, because my stepsister is a psychopath who can't let go." His hands were shaking. "Hye-jin made her choice, Angela. She chose to save you, to save our baby, to give me a future instead of a past." Tears fell freely now. "Don't dishonour that sacrifice by running away." Angela's sobs came hard, painful. "I don't know how to do this. How to be with you knowing she died so I could live. Then we figure it out together." Jin-woo climbed into the hospital bed beside her carefully, pulled her against his chest. "We grieve her. We honour her memory. And we live. We love. We build the family she wanted us to have." They lay there in silence, both broken, both healing, both holding on to each other like lifelines. Finally, Angela whispered, "Soo-min escaped. I know. She'll come back. She'll come for us again. For the baby. I know." Jin-woo's arms tightened, "And when she does, we'll be ready. Together." "Together," Angela echoed. But somewhere in the city, in a burned-out factory, Soo-min stood over the ashes of her plan. Her brother had survived. His pregnant girlfriend had survived. Unacceptable. She pulled out her phone, made a call. "It's time," she said. "Activate Protocol Genesis. I want Angela Okafor destroyed, not killed. Destroyed." She hung up, smiled, and disappeared into the night, planning her revenge. 3 weeks after Hye-jin's funeral, Angela's world turned upside down again. She stood in Jin-woo's office, staring at the news broadcast on the massive screen. Her hands trembled, her vision blurred. This couldn't be real. "Turn it off," she whispered. Jin-woo didn't move, just stood beside her, jaw clenched, watching the nightmare unfold. The news anchor's voice was grave, professional. "Breaking news. Dr. Angela Okafor, the Nigerian researcher claiming to have developed a revolutionary cancer cure, is now wanted by Interpol for bioterrorism and medical fraud. Authorities say her so-called cure has killed 17 people in clinical trials across 3 countries. The screen filled with photos, patients, dead patients, children, elderly, all with Angela's research notes stamped across their files. "This is impossible," Angela breathed. "I never released my research for trials. I never authorized." "I know." Jin-woo's voice was ice. "This is Soo-min, Protocol Genesis. She's framing you." The broadcast continued. Dr. Solomon Nwankwo, Okafor's former mentor, released a statement claiming she stole his research and corrupted it deliberately. He's calling for her immediate arrest. Angela's legs gave out. Jin-woo caught her, guided her to a chair. "Solomon's working with her," Angela whispered. "He's helping Soo-min destroy me." "She paid him, or threatened him, doesn't matter." Jin-woo crouched in front of her. "What matters is we prove your innocence. We expose the real research. We..." "How?" Angela's voice rose to a shriek. She has my original notes. She corrupted them deliberately. Those people died because she used my work to kill them, and now the entire world thinks I'm a murderer. Tears streamed down her face. I wanted to save lives, Jin-woo. That's all I ever wanted. And now... Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. Angela answered on speaker. Soo-min's voice poured through like poison. Hello, Dr. Okafor. Enjoying your newfound fame. You bitch! Angela's voice shook with rage. You killed those people. You killed them and blamed me. Prove it! Soo-min's laugh was light, amused. You can't, because as far as the world knows, you're a terrorist who developed a biological weapon disguised as a cure. The evidence is ironclad. Your notes, your signatures, your protocols. A pause. You're finished, Angela. Your career, your reputation, your freedom, all gone. And the best part, Jin-woo can't protect you. The moment police find you, you'll be arrested, extradited, put on trial for crimes against humanity. Jin-woo grabbed the phone. This isn't over, Soo-min. I will find you. I will expose what you've done. And I will... You'll what? Kill me? Soo-min's voice turned cold. You had your chance. Hye-jin died buying time you wasted. Now watch as I take everything from you, starting with the woman you love. The call ended. Silence crashed over the office. Angela stared at her hands. These hands had developed a cure, had spent 7 years trying to save lives, and now they were the hands of a mass murderer in the world's eyes. I need to turn myself in, she said quietly. Absolutely not. Jin-woo, if I don't, they'll hunt me. They'll find me, and when they do, she looked at him, they'll find you too, your organisation, everything you've built. I won't let you go down with me. Then we run. Jin-woo stood, started pacing. We leave Korea. Go somewhere Soo-min can't reach. Somewhere. There's nowhere she can't reach. You said it yourself. She has resources, money, power. Angela's hand moved to her stomach, now slightly rounded with their growing child, and I'm 3 months pregnant. I can't run forever. Then we fight. How? The evidence against me is real, corrupted but real. Those people really died. Their families deserve justice, and as far as they know, I'm the monster who killed them. Jin-woo stopped pacing, turned to face her. Then we give them the real monster. We expose Soo-min. We prove she corrupted your research. We show the world what she really is. And how do we do that? A slow smile spread across Jin-woo's face. Dark, dangerous. We make her confess. The plan was insane, suicidal even, but it was all they had. You want to use me as bait again? Angela said flatly, sitting in the compound's war room, surrounded by Jin-woo's inner circle. Yes. Jin-woo didn't apologise for it. Soo-min wants you destroyed. We give her the opportunity. A public forum, cameras, witnesses, we lure her out, get her talking and record everything. She'll never fall for it. Kang shook his head. She's too smart, too careful. She will, if the bait is good enough. Jin-woo pulled up a file on the screen. Next week, there's a medical conference in Seoul. International press. Scientists from 40 countries. The keynote speaker was supposed to be Solomon Nwankwo. His smile was sharp. But what if Angela Okafor showed up instead, publicly, to defend herself, to present the real research? Angela's stomach dropped. That's insane. I'm wanted by Interpol. The moment I show my face, you'll be arrested. Yes, Jin-woo's eyes were fierce. But not before you speak, not before you force Soo-min's hand. She won't be able to resist the woman she's framing standing in front of the world, presenting the cure she corrupted. She'll have to respond. She'll have to defend herself. And when she does, he leaned forward. That's when we get her. This could work. Minji spoke up from the corner. If we control the venue, if we have people in place, if Angela doesn't get killed first. Kang's voice was sharp. Boss, this is too dangerous. She's pregnant. If anything goes wrong, nothing will go wrong. Jin-woo's tone left no room for argument. I'll have 50 men in that conference centre, snipers on every rooftop, eyes on every exit. Angela will never be in real danger. You can't promise that. Angela's voice was quiet, but firm. Soo-min has already proven she's willing to kill, to bomb buildings, to destroy everything in her path. She looked at Jin-woo. This plan puts me directly in her crosshairs. I know. Jin-woo moved around the table, crouched in front of her, and I hate it. Every fibre of my being hates putting you in danger. But Angela... His hands covered hers. This is the only way. We can't run. We can't hide. The only option left is to fight, to expose her, to end this. Angela looked into his eyes, saw the desperation there, the fear, the love. What if it doesn't work? She whispered. Then we die trying. His voice was raw, but at least we die together, fighting, not running. Angela's hand moved to her stomach, to their baby, the life that deserved a future without running, without fear. Okay, she said, let's do it. The next 5 days were a blur of preparation. Jin-woo's team worked around the clock, securing the venue, planting cameras, preparing contingencies. Angela spent hours rehearsing her presentation, the real research, the uncorrupted formulas, the proof that her work saved lives, not ended them. But at night, alone in their bedroom, the fear crept in. I can't stop thinking about what happens if this goes wrong. Angela whispered on the 4th night, lying in Jin-woo's arms. It won't. His hand traced patterns on her growing belly. I won't let it. You can't control everything. Watch me. He kissed her temple. I've been a monster for 15 years, Angela. I've killed. I've destroyed. I've built an empire on blood and fear. His voice roughened. Let me use that darkness for something good. Let me protect you, protect our family, please. Angela turned in his arms to face him. Promise me something. Anything. If something happens to me, if Soo-min wins, promise me you'll protect our baby, that you'll raise them to be better than both of us, that you'll... Jin-woo kissed her, hard, desperate, silencing her words with his mouth. When they pulled apart, both breathless, he pressed his forehead to hers. Nothing is going to happen to you, he said fiercely. I didn't pull you from that bathtub 4 months ago just to lose you now. I didn't fall in love with you just to watch Soo-min destroy you. You hear me? Nothing is going to happen. Jin-woo? No. He rolled on top of her carefully, mindful of her belly, caging her with his arms. No more talking about death. No more planning for worst-case scenarios. Tonight. His mouth found her neck. Tonight, I'm going to remind you why you need to survive. Why we both need to survive. The baby is fine. Dr. Cha cleared us for this. His hands slid under her shirt. Let me love you, Angela. Let me show you what we're fighting for. And he did. Slowly. Thoroughly. Until Angela forgot about fear and danger and Soo-min's threats. Until there was only them. Only this. Only the promise of a future worth fighting for. Afterward, tangled in sheets and each other, Angela whispered, I love you. I love you too. Jin-woo's hand splayed across her stomach. Both of you, more than anything. Even more than revenge? He was quiet for a long moment. Then, revenge kept me alive for 5 years. But you make me want to live. There's a difference. Angela's throat tightened. When this is over, when Soo-min is gone, what happens to us? We get married, officially, properly. His lips curved. We raise our daughter. How do you know it's a girl? Father's intuition. He smiled. We raise our daughter in peace, away from this life, away from the violence. I'll step back from the organization, let Kang take over, and we'll... His voice turned wistful. We'll be normal, boring, happy. You? Boring. Angela laughed despite everything. I'll believe it when I see it. Then stick around. He pulled her closer. Stick around and watch me become the most boring husband and father in Seoul. Deal. They fell asleep like that, wrapped around each other, dreaming of a future that felt impossible but necessary. They didn't know that 3 floors below, in Jin-woo's security office, an alert had just triggered. Someone had hacked their system. Someone knew about the conference. Someone was already planning their countermove. The morning of the conference arrived too fast. Angela stood in front of the mirror, wearing a professional dress that accommodated her growing belly. Her hands shook as she tried to fix her hair. Jin-woo appeared behind her, gently took the brush from her hands, and finished the job himself. You're beautiful, he murmured. I'm terrified. Good. Fear keeps you sharp. He turned her to face him. Remember the plan. You present for 20 minutes. My men will be watching every entrance. The moment Soo-min shows herself, and she will, we move. You get out. We get her. It ends today. What if she doesn't show? She will. Her ego won't let her stay away. Watching you present the research she tried to bury, she'll have to respond. A knock on the door. Kang entered, expression grim. Boss, we have a problem. Jin-woo's entire body tensed. What kind of problem? The conference center. Someone planted explosives. We found 3 so far. Bomb squad is sweeping the building, but... Kang's jaw tightened. If there are more we didn't find... She's going to blow the building. Angela's voice was hollow. She's going to kill everyone there just to get to me. We cancel. Jin-woo's decision was immediate. We find another way. I'm not risking your life. No. Angela grabbed his arm. No. If we cancel, she wins. Those people died because of my research. Their families deserve to know the truth. The world deserves to know what she did. Her voice strengthened. I'm going, with or without your permission. Jin-woo stared at her. You're really willing to die for this? I'm willing to fight for this. Angela's hand moved to her stomach. For our baby. For every person Soo-min has hurt. For Hye-jin, who died buying us time. Tears burned her eyes. I'm done running, Jin-woo. I'm done being afraid. Today, I stand up. Today, I fight back. Something shifted in Jin-woo's expression. Pride, fear, love, all mixed together. Then we both fight. He cupped her face. Together. Like we should have from the beginning. He kissed her. Hard. Claiming. A promise and a prayer all at once. When they pulled apart, Angela whispered, If I die today, you won't. But if I do, thank you. For pulling me from that bathtub. For showing me life was worth living. For loving me when I couldn't love myself. Her voice cracked. Thank you for everything. Jin-woo's jaw tightened. You're not dying today. I won't allow it. You can't control everything. Watch me. They left for the conference center together, surrounded by armed guards, driving toward the confrontation that would either end Soo-min's reign of terror or destroy them all. And somewhere in Seoul, Soo-min watched the live feed from the conference center, watched Angela arrive, watched Jin-woo position his men, and smiled. Protocol Genesis Phase 2, she said into her phone. Release the video. Let the world see who Angela Okafor really is. Within seconds, a video went viral across every social media platform. Angela Okafor in a lab, deliberately corrupting research formulas, laughing as she did it. The video was fake, deep-faked perfectly, but the world didn't know that. All they saw was a monster admitting to mass murder, and by the time Angela stepped onto that stage to defend herself, the entire world had already decided she was guilty. Angela stepped onto the stage, and the entire auditorium erupted, not with applause, with rage. "Murderer! Baby killer! You deserve to rot in prison!" Security guards rushed to form a barrier as the crowd surged forward. Scientists she'd once respected threw programs at the stage. Journalists shouted questions that sounded more like accusations. Angela stood frozen, microphone in hand, staring at the sea of hatred. Jin-woo's voice crackled in her hidden earpiece. "Angela, breathe. Remember the plan. You have 20 minutes. Use them." She gripped the microphone tighter, looked directly into the cameras broadcasting live across the world. "My name is Dr. Angela Okafor," she began, voice shaking but steady, "and I did not kill those people." The crowd roared. Someone threw a water bottle. It missed her by inches. "I know you've seen the video. I know what it looks like." Angela's voice grew stronger. "But that video is a fabrication, a deep fake created by the woman who actually corrupted my research, the woman who killed those 17 innocent people and blamed me for it." "Liar!" someone screamed from the back. "Her name is Hwang Soo-min." Angela pressed on. "She's the CEO of JK Pharmaceuticals, and for the past 5 years, she's been suppressing cancer cures to protect her profit margins. When my research threatened her empire, she stole it, corrupted it, and turned it into a weapon." The crowd was still hostile, but some were listening now. Cameras zoomed in on her face. "I have proof," Angela continued. "Original research notes, testimony from witnesses, bank records showing payments from JK Pharmaceuticals to my former mentor, Dr. Solomon Nwankwo, who helped her steal my work." She looked directly into the main camera. "Soo-min, I know you're watching. I know you think you've won, but you haven't. Because I'm not running anymore. I'm not hiding. I'm standing here in front of the world, telling the truth." Her hand moved to her stomach. "I'm 3 months pregnant. I'm wanted by Interpol. My career is destroyed. My reputation is in ruins, but I'm still standing, because that's what you do when you're fighting for something bigger than yourself. You stand up. You speak truth. You fight back." The auditorium had gone quiet now. People were listening. "So, yes, I developed a cancer cure. Yes, people died because of my research, but I didn't kill them." Angela's voice cracked with emotion. "Soo-min did, and if you want justice for those 17 victims, if you want to honour their memories, then help me expose the woman who actually murdered them." She stepped back from the microphone, waited. For a moment, nothing happened. Then one person started clapping, then another. Then a ripple of applause spread through the crowd. Not everyone, but enough. Angela's earpiece crackled. Jin-woo's voice, urgent. "Angela, we have movement. East exit. 3 of Soo-min's men just entered. Get off that stage, now." But before Angela could move, the main doors burst open. Soo-min walked in like she owned the place. She wore a white suit, pristine, perfect. Her smile was confident as cameras swiveled to capture her entrance. "Dr. Okafor," Soo-min's voice rang through the auditorium. What a touching speech, truly. "But you forgot to mention one crucial detail." Angela's blood ran cold. "What detail?" Soo-min pulled out a tablet, held it up so the cameras could see. "The detail where you signed over your research to me, willingly, legally, 6 months ago." The screen showed a contract, Angela's signature at the bottom. "That's fake," Angela breathed. "I never signed anything." "Didn't you?" Soo-min's smile widened. "Are you sure? Because this contract is notarized, witnessed, legally binding. You sold me your research, Dr. Okafor, for $5 million, and when you realized what I planned to do with it, you tried to sabotage it." She turned to address the cameras. This isn't a story about an evil corporation stealing from an innocent researcher. This is a story about a researcher who got greedy, sold her soul, and then tried to destroy the evidence when things went wrong. You're lying! Angela's scream echoed through the auditorium. Am I? Soo-min approached the stage slowly. Then explain the $5 million deposited into your account 6 months ago. Explain the emails between us negotiating terms. Explain. She stopped at the base of the stage, looked up at Angela with pure triumph. Explain why you're really here, not to clear your name, but to cover your tracks. Angela's world tilted. There's no money in my account. There are no emails. You fabricated everything. Prove it. Soo-min's challenge rang through the auditorium. Show them your bank statements, your email history. Go ahead, prove I'm lying. Angela's hands shook because she couldn't. Her accounts had been frozen. Her email had been seized by Interpol. She had no way to prove anything. Soo-min had backed her into a corner with nothing but lies and fabricated evidence, and the crowd was turning again. Angry murmurs. Hostile stares, Jin-woo's voice in her ear. Angela, get off that stage. We're coming to get you. But Angela didn't move, just stared at Soo-min with sudden, crystalline understanding. You want me to run? Angela said quietly. That's what this whole performance is about. You want me to run, to look guilty, to validate everything you've said. She stepped forward to the edge of the stage. But I'm not running. Not anymore. Then you're a fool. Soo-min's smile was venomous. Maybe. Angela's hand moved to her stomach protectively. But I'm a fool who's about to expose you. Right here, right now. She pulled out her own phone, held it up for the cameras. This is a recording, Angela said clearly. From 3 weeks ago. When Soo-min called to threaten me, listen carefully. She pressed play. Soo-min's voice filled the auditorium. You're finished, Angela. Your career, your reputation, your freedom. All gone. And the best part, Jin-woo can't protect you. The crowd gasped. Cameras zoomed in. The recording continued. I killed those people. I corrupted your research deliberately, and I framed you for it, because destroying you is more satisfying than simply killing you. Soo-min's face went white. Angela pressed on. This next part is even better. Soo-min's voice. I kept Hye-jin alive for 5 years just to torture Jin-woo, fed her poison slowly, made her believe he'd abandoned her, and when she finally died, saving you. A cold laugh. That was the best revenge of all, making him choose, making him live with the guilt. The auditorium exploded. Journalists were shouting. Cameras were flashing. Security was moving toward Soo-min. But Soo-min just smiled, reached into her jacket. Gun! Someone screamed. Everything happened at once. Soo-min pulled out a detonator. You think you've won? You think exposing me changes anything? Her finger hovered over the button. I rigged this entire building, one press, and we all die. You, me, everyone here. Is that what you want, Angela? To be responsible for hundreds of deaths instead of just 17. Jin-woo appeared at the side of the stage, weapon raised. Put it down, Soo-min. Hello, brother. Soo-min's smile was manic now. Come to save your girlfriend again. How predictable. She looked at Angela. Do you know what he said to me the day our father died? He said I was a mistake, a burden, that I'd never be worthy of the family name. Her voice cracked. Everything I've done to prove him wrong. To prove I'm better than him, stronger, more ruthless. You're not stronger, Jin-woo said quietly. You're just broken. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry father made you feel like you had to earn love. I'm sorry I wasn't a better brother. But Soo-min, his voice hardened. You've killed innocent people. You've destroyed lives. And now you're threatening to kill hundreds more. That's not strength. That's cowardice. Cowardice! Soo-min's scream was inhuman. I built an empire. I survived when everyone said I'd fail. You're nothing. Angela's voice cut through the chaos. You're a sad, broken woman who destroyed everything good in her life because she couldn't accept that love isn't earned through violence. It's given freely, and no one ever gave it to you because you never let them. Soo-min's hand trembled on the detonator. Shut up. Your father didn't love you because you made it impossible to love you. Angela stepped closer to the edge of the stage. Jin-woo didn't choose you because you never gave him a reason to, and now you're standing here, about to kill hundreds of people, thinking it'll somehow make you matter. She shook her head. But it won't. You'll just be a murderer, a footnote in history, nothing more. I said shut up! Soo-min's finger pressed, down on the button. Click. Nothing happened. Soo-min's eyes widened. She pressed again. Again, nothing. Jin-woo's smile was cold. Did you really think I wouldn't find your bombs? That I wouldn't disarm them while you were busy making your grand entrance? He stepped closer. It's over, Soo-min. You've lost. For a moment, Soo-min just stood there, broken, defeated. Then she lunged at Angela, pulled a knife from her sleeve. If I can't have it all, you can't either. She leaped onto the stage, blade aimed at Angela's stomach, at their baby. Jin-woo's gunshot rang out. But it wasn't Jin-woo who fired, it was Angela. She'd grabbed a guard's weapon, raised it, pulled the trigger. The bullet caught Soo-min in the shoulder. She spun, stumbled, fell. Angela stood over her, weapon still raised, hands steady despite her shaking body. I'm done being your victim, Angela said quietly. Wait, did she just shoot Soo-min? If your jaw just dropped, hit that like button and tell me in the comments what you're thinking right now. This is insane. Don't go anywhere. This story isn't over yet. I'm done being afraid. You want to take everything from me? She lowered the gun. Too bad. Because I'm taking my life back, my research, my future, my family. Soo-min laughed through her pain. Blood seeped through her white suit. You think this is over? You think shooting me changes anything? She coughed. I have people everywhere, resources you can't imagine. This isn't the end, Angela. It's just the beginning. Then let it begin. Angela's voice was steel. Because I'm not running anymore. Come after me again. Try to hurt my family. See what happens when you push a mother protecting her child. Police rushed in. Paramedics. Chaos erupted across the auditorium. Soo-min was dragged away, screaming threats, promising revenge. But Angela didn't care anymore. She turned to Jin-woo, who stood staring at her with something like awe. You shot her, he said. She was going to kill our baby. Angela's hands finally started shaking, the adrenaline wearing off. I couldn't let her. I couldn't. Jin-woo crossed the stage in 2 strides, pulled her into his arms, held her like she was the most precious thing in the world. You're not weak anymore, he murmured against her hair. You never were. You were just waiting for a reason to be strong. I found my reason. Angela's hand moved to her stomach. Actually, I found 2. He kissed her, desperate, relieved, claiming. Around them, cameras captured everything. The embrace, the kiss, the story of a doctor who'd fought back against a corrupt empire and won. By the next morning, Angela would be a hero. The recording of Soo-min's confession would go viral, JK Pharmaceuticals would collapse, and Angela's real research would be released to the world, free and uncorrupted, saving millions. But none of that mattered right now. Right now, there was just this. Jin-woo and Angela, standing together in the wreckage of their war, holding each other like lifelines, alive, together, free. 6 months later, the world looked different. Angela stood in front of a floor-to-ceiling window in their new home, watching the sunset paint Seoul in shades of gold and crimson. Her hand rested on her heavily pregnant belly, feeling their daughter kick. "She's restless today," Jin-woo said, coming up behind her, wrapping his arms around her swollen middle. "Just like her mother? I wonder where she gets it from." Angela leaned back against his chest, savouring the warmth, the safety, the peace. "Did Kang call?" "Yes. The trial verdict came in an hour ago." Jin-woo's voice was carefully neutral. Soo-min was sentenced to life in prison. No possibility of parole. 23 counts of murder, fraud, attempted murder, bioterrorism. He paused. "It's really over, Angela. She can't hurt us anymore." Angela should have felt relief, should have felt vindicated. Instead, she felt empty. "Do you ever think about her?" Angela asked quietly. "About what made her that way?" Jin-woo was quiet for a long moment. "Every day, I think about how our father pitted us against each other, how he made love conditional, how he created a monster because he couldn't accept that his daughter was just as capable as his son." His arms tightened around Angela. "I think about how different things could have been if someone had just loved her, really loved her, without conditions." "Do you hate her?" "I pity her." Jin-woo turned Angela around to face him. She had everything: money, power, intelligence, but she was so consumed by trying to prove herself worthy that she never realized she already was. Not because of what she accomplished, but because she existed. His hand cupped Angela's face. "I won't make that mistake with our daughter. She'll know she's loved, not for what she achieves, not for how smart or successful she is, but just because she's ours." Tears burned Angela's eyes. "You're going to be an amazing father." "I'm terrified." His admission was raw, honest. "What if I mess her up? What if I'm too controlling, too protective, too much like my father? Then I'll stop you." Angela smiled. "That's what partners do. We balance each other. You give me strength when I'm weak. I give you softness when you're too hard. We figure it out together." "Together," Jin-woo echoed. He kissed her, slow and deep, tasting of promises and futures and hope. A sharp pain tore through Angela's abdomen. She gasped, pulled away from the kiss. "What?" Jin-woo's hands immediately went to her belly. "What's wrong?" "I think—" Another pain, stronger this time. Angela's water broke, soaking her dress, pooling on the floor. "Oh God, I think she's coming." Jin-woo went pale. "Now? But you're not due for another 2 weeks. Tell that to your daughter." Angela gripped his arm as another contraction hit. "Jin-woo, hospital, now!" He snapped into action immediately, grabbed his phone, called his driver, helped Angela toward the door, but halfway there, she stopped, doubled over. "It's too fast," she gasped. "Something's wrong. This is too fast." Jin-woo's face went from pale to white. He scooped her into his arms, carried her to the car. "Drive!" he barked at his driver. "Seoul Medical Center. Don't stop for anything." The ride was a blur of pain and fear. Angela gripped Jin-woo's hand so hard she thought she'd break bones. Contractions coming faster now, too fast, way too fast. "Something's wrong," she kept saying. "Jin-woo, something's wrong with the baby." "She's fine. You're both fine." But his voice shook. His hands trembled. "Just breathe. We're almost there." They burst into the emergency room. Dr. Cha appeared immediately, took one look at Angela, and called for a wheelchair. "How far apart are the contractions?" she asked, checking Angela's vitals. 2 minutes, Angela gasped. "Maybe less." "Dr. Cha, something's wrong. It hurts too much. It shouldn't hurt this much." Dr. Cha's expression shifted, professional, concerned. "Get her to delivery, now, and call the NICU team. We might need them on standby." Angela's heart stopped. NICU? Why would you need... Another contraction. Blinding. Devastating. Then darkness. Angela woke to the sound of crying. Not her crying. A baby's crying. Her eyes flew open. Hospital room. Bright lights. The smell of antiseptic. And Jin-woo, sitting in a chair beside her bed, holding a tiny bundle wrapped in pink blankets. Tears streaming down his face as he stared at the baby in his arms. Jin-woo? Angela's voice came out hoarse. His head snapped up. Angela. Oh, thank God. He stood carefully, brought the baby to her bedside. You scared me. You've been out for 3 hours. There were complications. The umbilical cord was wrapped around her neck. They had to do an emergency C-section. Dr. Cha said if we'd waited another 10 minutes. His voice broke. But she's okay. She's perfect. Angela, meet our daughter. He placed the baby in Angela's arms. She was tiny, so tiny, with a shock of dark hair and Jin-woo's eyes and Angela's nose, and she was the most beautiful thing Angela had ever seen. Hi, baby girl, Angela whispered, tears falling freely. I'm your mama. Sorry for the dramatic entrance. Your father and I have a tendency toward chaos. The baby stopped crying, looked up at Angela with wide, curious eyes, and Angela fell completely, irrevocably in love. What should we name her? Jin-woo asked softly. Angela thought about everything they'd been through, the bathtub, the kidnapping, the war with Soo-min, Hye-jin's sacrifice, the trial, the fight to reclaim her life. Hye-jin, Angela said. We should name her Hye-jin, after the woman who gave her life so this baby could exist. Jin-woo's expression crumbled. Are you sure? Yes. Angela looked up at him. Your first wife gave us this chance, this future. The least we can do is honour her memory. Let her live on through our daughter. Jin-woo kissed Angela's forehead, then the baby's. Hye-jin it is. Hye-jin Hwang Okafor. That's a mouthful. She'll grow into it. Jin-woo sat on the edge of the bed, wrapped his arm around Angela, and together they stared at their daughter. I can't believe she's real, that this is real. Believe it. Angela leaned against him, exhausted but happy. We survived, Jin-woo. We actually survived. More than survived. He kissed her temple. We won. A knock on the door. Dr. Cha entered, smiling. How's our new mother doing? Tired, sore, deliriously happy. Angela looked down at baby Hye-jin. Dr. Cha, thank you for everything, for saving us both. Just doing my job. Dr. Cha checked Angela's vitals, examined the baby. She's healthy, strong, perfect APGAR scores. You did well, Dr. Okafor. Angela corrected. Just Angela now. I think I'm done with titles for a while. Dr. Cha smiled. Understood. Well, just Angela. You'll need to stay here for a few days. Recovery from a C-section takes time. But after that... She looked between Angela and Jin-woo. After that, you're free to go home. Build that normal life you've been fighting for. Normal? The word sounded foreign. Impossible, but also beautiful. After Dr. Cha left, Angela turned to Jin-woo. Do you think we can do it? Be normal? Probably not. His smile was self-deprecating. I'm still a crime lord, technically. You're still wanted for questioning in 4 countries. Our daughter is named after my dead wife. Nothing about us is normal. But I don't care. Jin-woo's hand covered hers on their daughter's tiny body. Normal is overrated. I'd rather have extraordinary with you than normal with anyone else. Smooth talker. It's part of my charm. Angela laughed, then winced. Don't make me laugh. My incision hurts. Sorry. Jin-woo kissed her gently. Rest. I'll watch her. I'll watch you both. You need rest too. You've been awake for... I'm fine. His voice was firm. I spent 5 years sleeping in grief. I can skip a few hours to watch my family breathe. Angela's throat tightened. I love you. I love you too. More than I thought possible. More than... He stopped, emotion choking him. Thank you. For what? For not dying in that bathtub. For fighting. For giving me a reason to be better than the monster I was raised to be. His hand cupped her face. For loving me when I didn't deserve it. You've always deserved it. Angela covered his hand with hers. You just didn't believe it yet. They sat in comfortable silence, watching their daughter sleep, marvelling at her tiny fingers, her button nose, the way she made little sounds in her sleep. Outside, soul hummed with life, traffic, voices, the world continuing as it always did. But in that hospital room, time stood still. Jin-woo's phone buzzed. He checked it, frowned. What? Angela asked. Message from Kang. Security footage from the prison where Soo-min is being held. He showed Angela the screen. Soo-min, in an orange jumpsuit, being led through a corridor. She stopped at a window, looked directly at the security camera, and smiled. Then mouthed 3 words. This isn't over. Angela's blood ran cold. Jin-woo's jaw tightened. He deleted the message, pocketed his phone. She's in maximum security, 24-hour surveillance, armed guards. She's not getting out. But she's Soo-min. She's survived worse. His arm tightened around Angela, which means we stay vigilant. We protect our family. We build our life. But we never forget that monsters like her don't stay caged forever. So what do? We live. Jin-woo looked at their daughter, then at Angela. We live so well, so fully, that even if she does come back, she'll realise she's already lost because we have everything she never could. Love, family, a future worth fighting for. And if that's not enough? His smile was sharp, dangerous, the crime lord surfacing beneath the loving father. Then I'll do what I've always done. Protect what's mine, by any means necessary. Angela should have been disturbed by the cold promise in his voice. Instead, she felt safe, because that's what Jin-woo was, her protector, her partner, the monster who'd become her salvation. Okay, Angela said, then we live, we love, and we stay ready. Always. Baby Hye-jin stirred in Angela's arms, made a small sound, then settled back to sleep, and Angela knew with absolute certainty that whatever came next, whatever battles still lay ahead, they'd face them together. Besties, if you made it this far, you're invested. Hit like if baby Hye-jin just melted your heart. Drop a comment telling me what you think happens next. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? The finale is coming and you need to be here for it. The doctor who'd tried to die, the crime lord who'd saved her, and the baby born from their impossible love. A family forged in fire and blood and hope, ready for whatever came next. 2 years later, Angela pushed a stroller through a Seoul park, watching Hye-jin toddle after butterflies. Jin-woo walked beside, her retired from the organisation now, running a legitimate pharmaceutical company with Angela's research at its core. They'd built the life they'd fought for. Quiet, normal, happy. Angela's phone rang, unknown number. She almost didn't answer, but something made her. Dr. Okafor! A woman's voice, accented, urgent. My name is Dr. Sarah Chen. I work at the International Criminal Court. We need to talk. It's about Hwang Soo-min. Angela's heart stopped. What about her? She escaped from prison 2 days ago. Dr. Chen's voice was grim. And she left a message. 3 words written in blood on her cell wall. What words? Coming for Hye-jin. The phone slipped from Angela's hand. Jin-woo caught it, heard the message, and his expression went cold. Get Hye-jin, he said quietly. We're leaving, now. Angela scooped up their daughter, held her tight, and somewhere in the city, Soo-min watched through binoculars, smiled, and began her hunt. Besties, I cannot believe we just ended it there. Soo-min escaped. She's coming for baby Hye-jin. What happens next? If you're screaming right now, hit that like button. Drop a comment telling me if you want part 3 because this story is far from over. And subscribe plus turn on notifications because when part 3 drops, it's going to be insane. The war isn't over, it's just beginning. And this time, Soo-min is coming for their daughter. See you in part 3, besties. Stay blessed, stay shook, and get ready for the finale.